It is Tuesday morning, November 22nd at 8:56 a.m. Present and accounted for are Renee O'Donnell, Brian Carlisle, Lucille Cindy DeBeck, and Cindy Grant. Public comment. We have no public for a public comment, so we're going to go there. There are no agenda adjustments. New business. Number 1, propane tank.
The propane tank is done.
Okay.
All painted.
Okay.
Craig Stecker on the fire department was looking for a little extra work, so I hired him as a painter.
Okay.
Got it. So that is done.
Let's skip over animal control.
Yeah, she's not here yet.
Let's do the MOU with the RSU 22.
Yes.
So, anyway, I read it over. I have a couple minor changes. What did you think, Brian? You said
well, just like in the purpose, it's written will be distributed when if the lease agreement between the two parties expired. I would change that to when and leave off if.
right.
And it expires, and I'd put the date that our lease agreement expires.
Yes, that's what you do.
Well, the thing is the way the lease is written, it's for 3 years with an automatic renewal every year.
I suspect there'd have to be something in writing, even though there is automatic renewal.
Because at the end of those 3 years, we renegotiate it, correct?
No, it's automatically renewal
Even after the 3-year period.
after the 3 years, unless one or the other gives, I believe, 30-day notice.
To renegotiate, or just to end the lease?
We can end it for purposes of renegotiation.
Okay,
right.
But I'd put an end date to this.
All right, so say that again.
You know what? I've got some changes, and I've made his changes online. Let me
Okay.
did you have any changes? Did you have any suggestions or changes?
I have one more though.
Okay, go ahead, Brian.
On the duration, I would totally disregard a nat will statement. That is too ambiguous.
It's pretty open-ended.
Yes. It allows too much
So
flexibility.
do away with that.
This MOU may be modified. I would say get rid of the is at will and.
Okay.
This MOU may be modified.
Okay.
My changes were this. In the background, RSU 22 and Town of Newburgh current home lease agreement, which RSU 22 is assessing 3 rooms to house pre-K, hereinafter referred to as the location. Because we do refer to it down in here. Let's see. Well, okay, that's just my brain going overtime. Maybe we don't necessarily need that. The other thing I read in here was playground. Any non-permanent material / property bought or secured through RSU will remain property of RSU 22, such as removable equipment, storage boxes, etc. Any items that are permanent, in parentheses, fence, playground structures, either new or existing, and then I would get rid of that requires installation with cement, etc. So any playground structures.
You've got that on yours?
Yes.
Okay.
Will remain in the town's possession. Equipment purchased for replacement such as swing seats and chains will remain in the town's possession. All equipment removed to make room for new equipment will be disposed of by RSU 22.
And I think all equipment removed, we need to put something with the permissions of the town.
Yes, how about this? Any equipment removed shall be subject to Town of Newburgh approval. And then any equipment removed shall be subject to Town of Newburgh approval, period. And then, or actually a comma. Any equipment removed. You'll bring this back to us on the 12th, right?
Yes.
Okay. So that's not quite grammatically correct.
Okay.
I thought that would be referred to that, to the location before, in this another time. Okay, I'm gonna scratch that out. I see it. Like I said, I've got a little overzealous there. Kitchen, recently replaced dishwasher stay in the facility. The 3-door cooler will stay with the town after payment of 10% of the purchase price. You'll fill that in at the end of 3 years. 5% of purchase price for up to 5 years after the original 3-year lease. After the end of the 8th year, the 3-door fridge cooler will stay in the Newburgh facility at no charge. The single-door freezer, food holding warmer, and enclosed transport cabinet will remain as RSU property and be removed. All of the materials purchased, trays, cards, etc. will remain RSU property. All equipment and supplies being used by RSU that originated in the building will stay when the agreement with RSU ends. I mean, trays and bowls. Could these terms be applied to any other equipment that we share or own, or you
We
let them
don't share anything
Okay.
other than the
Alright.
kitchen. I mean, there's pots and pans that they don't use on the shelter and stuff out there.
Right.
Those, I presume, will stay.
Okay. How about if you pass this to her? Those are the changes that we all have incorporated in.
Okay.
Okay. Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you today?
Good, how are you? This is Terry Peterson.
Hi, Terry.
Harry.
Terry.
Harry with a P.
Perry, excuse me.
It's
Perry.
okay.
Perry Peterson.
Yes.
Perry Peterson. I knew a Patty Peterson one time. You're not from Minnesota though, are you?
No, I'm not. She is interested in being the animal control officer for Newburgh.
Okay.
She has already been hired by the town of Dixmont.
Okay.
She
Good.
is working on her recertification. You were certified at one point.
Okay. How long did you do it before, Perry?
I wasn't, I never took an active posting, so that's why my credentials expired, because I went and took the training and then there was nothing close enough to me to want to pursue it.
Okay.
It wasn't a travelable distance, so I let it expire, because you need to have 8 continuing hours of credits per year in order for it to stay active.
Oh, okay. Yeah. All right. Same sort of situation, same pay scale, same.
I believe we agreed on that.
Yeah.
Starting out, she would, take the pay that Crystal was doing,
Right.
plus mileage. I made her aware of our contract with Bucksport at the moment, shelter.
Okay.
She is working on a shelter situation possibly down the road.
Good. It's needed, I think, in this area.
It is, for sure.
You know.
It is.
Do we need a motion or anything? I mean, you
Where are you
guys
from, Perry?
I live in Dixmont. I grew up in Brooks, but I've transplanted back to Dixmont for the last 10 years.
Anybody?
She does have facilities to be able to hold animals overnight to try to find the owner before she takes them to the shelter. I'm trying to think of what else.
Where is your facility where you
I live right on Route 7 in Dixmont, so I have a small hobby farm, so I have space in my barn and above my barn, as well as space in my house. I'm pretty active in rescue for cats and dogs. I do some transporting from Mississippi and placing here with local partners in the state of their overpopulation from the south. So I have a lot of different connections and a lot of different hats that I can and do wear. I also grew up in a dairy farm, so I've got some experience with large animals on top of the fact that I have my own goats, chickens, So none of that stuff scares or worries me. I'm not the biggest fan of horses, but they don't really bother me per se. I just don't, you know what I mean? I don't have
You're not around them a lot.
Yeah, exactly. I don't have a super amount of working knowledge other than they're really big and you need to be cautious.
Right.
But they don't frighten me per se. But other than that, I've got a pretty decent working base knowledge of animals in general, of people, of small town dynamics, of all of those things.
We don't usually have too many calls, do we? I mean,
You
lots of
better knock
cats
on
are
wood.
We did for a while, prior to Crystal, But she was very good in, you know, letting people know that this isn't right, we need to fix it. And our calls have almost depleted. So, she will, and I did explain to her about, monthly reports.
Okay.
Crystal did them, but if there was no activity, there was no report.
And it's something, I mean, she could actually do it and just email it to you.
Yes.
You don't necessarily
Yes.
have to come to the meeting.
I'm happy to do that.
You know,
Yeah.
if there's an issue, by all means, let Cindy know and
Yeah,
she'll
of
let us
course.
know.
Of
And
course. They like the reports, just so that was the first time they'd had any
Yeah.
interaction as to what's going on
Right.
with the animal
Yeah,
control
of
in
course.
town and what the animal control officer did.
Yep.
Yeah, so, yeah, if you guys don't have any problem.
no, I'm very happy.
What
Thank
are
you.
what are the rescues that you're associated with here?
Main Coast, which is down in Northport.
Yeah.
I also Road Home, which is out of Rhode Island, but I work with them as well. I have a good working relationship with Bangor, which I understand that you guys have had a contentious relationship with them in the past. However, I understand the contentiousness because it takes a lot to get on the end with Bangor Humane Society. So I currently have a good working relationship with them as well. I also have a good working relationship with Coastal Humane and their Edgecombe campus as well.
Nice.
Are those the ones that will take you, the animals from Mississippi and down south? Or?
So, yeah, so Maine Coast will, I
Yeah.
also partner with Edgecombe, they will take a few as well. I'm working with Bangor to get them to take some of the transplants per se, and I also transport to Road Home, which again, it's not local to us, but I have a great working relationship with them as
Oh,
well.
good.
Before I forget it again, we just had a home sale in town over on the North Road, which is going to become a donkey and goat rescue.
Oh, that's awesome.
No kidding.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
What number North Road? I'm
It's
interested.
the white, beside Keith.
Oh, yeah, that
yeah.
farm, I know, that's a beautiful farm.
And
I think, anyway.
I spoke to the seller who called and was telling me that the people, they evidently, the gentleman is from out of state that's funding it. The two ladies, their sisters, are going to be moving in and running the shelter. They, yeah, a donkey and goat
Very cool.
rescue. And it was so funny because I said to him, because the people that sold it just spent thousands of dollars planting fruit trees.
All in the front yard.
On the front lawn.
I
Yes,
said
on
to
the
him,
front
I said,
lawn.
oh my God, all those beautiful fruit trees. And they're gonna let goats loose in there.
Yeah.
Dumping loads of cow manure and planting a tree.
I
I was
know.
like,
Yeah. Yeah, so, yeah.
that used to be a show place.
Oh, yeah, it was.
So, but
Very
I'm
good.
gonna thank you for coming and meeting with them.
Yes, thank you very
And,
much.
yeah.
And like I said, I'm very pleased, very excited. Nice to have you.
Thank you so much.
Participating
If you
with us,
can
yes.
stop in sometime after Thanksgiving,
Okay.
we'll get you sworn in.
Are you guys 8 to 5 hours through the
We're
week?
Monday 9 to 6
Okay.
and 8 to 5 Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday.
Okay, all right.
And we'll get you posted as the new ACO and all your contact information and all of that good stuff.
All right,
All
sounds
right,
good.
thank
Wonderful.
you.
Thanks so much, guys.
Thank you.
Yes, thank
Appreciate
you.
your time.
Very nice meeting
And
you.
if you run into problems with horses,
Yep.
give me a call.
Okay.
I'm on the North Road, I've got a horse farm.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, well,
Very good.
just drop it off.
Bring it to
They're-
us.
Perfect.
I'll find a place for it, I always do. I've got rescues.
Awesome. Thanks,
All right,
guys.
thank you.
Thank
Thanks
you.
again. Okay, oh, that's nice.
Hmm.
Yeah.
That's really nice.
Yeah,
I was wondering how that was.
Fit.
Yeah.
When did she take over the sexton?
Trees on the driveway.
Trees on the driveway.
So, I was hoping to have it today, but I didn't. I wanted to know your thoughts on taking down all the trees on both sides.
I personally am for it because all they do is shade that driveway. They're not like magnificent old oaks or maples
So,
or
Jeff
apple
is supposed to
trees.
be getting me a quote from Thibodeau to take the rest of them down.
Okay.
which I didn't have today, but hopefully on the 12th I will have that quote. I can't see putting it out. He's right there, he's
No,
gonna give us the best deal.
I would agree with that.
So I will have a number for you on the 12th.
Okay.
Unless
is
you
not
wanna agree on a number that I can spend up to,
What were you going to say?
Well, I was gonna say, this would be an ideal time, it's something I've been thinking about is, can we please do something about the front? Where all those shrubs, the brush and all that crap is.
Oh,
And
down
dress-
beside the
yeah,
road?
Yes, dress that up, because you can't see that sign. You can see it briefly now, but as soon as spring comes and the stuff starts growing up again, I'd like to see it just fixed up so at least you can mow down there. Remove that damn stop sign. That blocks the sign as well.
Didn't Ed grind that?
He didn't grind it. Well, he didn't really grind it. I mean, it's,
yeah.
the trees themselves are down, but the stumps are still there.
Okay.
Can we recess for just a second?
Okay.
Just 1 minute.
I'll make a motion to recess.
Okay.
All in favor? Wait a second.
That's okay. You're welcome.
Okay, we're not recessed anymore. We just had to come in and get an item, so anyway.
But you know, putting this money in a new building, I really think that we're gonna have to kind of take care of down there as well with mowing. Instead of letting it go
I
up
can
into
look
an
into
hayfield.
it, but it's a state right of way, so I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know, that's what I was gonna say. I don't know if there's also a cross pipe. Remember Ed
Yeah.
said,
Down on that side of
Right,
the
there's a
driveway,
cross
over
pipe.
his property.
right,
But I think all this stuff can be worked around, just to dress it up and get all that scrub crap out of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
There's a dead tree there that
Bush
blocks.
hog.
Yeah, there's a dead tree that's,
Needs to come down to the blocks the sun.
yeah.
So,
and that stop sign too, I think should come out.
At
I
the
mean,
end of
it's
the
twisted-
driveway?
yeah, it's twisted around, it blocks from that sign that we have down there.
I don't know, did the school have to have a stop
I
sign
don't
again?
know.
I mean,
Let me.
And
let
the
me
traffic
find-
laws say you've got to yield before going out into oncoming traffic, so.
Cindy, we could, I wonder if, the only thing I can think of is, that's a state road. So I don't know if we can do any ditching, I mean,
Right,
he's right. It'd be kind of nice to ditch a little bit and rip wrap, at least from the driveway to our new sign,
yep,
and on either side, and that would put down some fabric and rip wrap it a little bit. That wouldn't be too awfully expensive, but I don't know what the state would tell us,
I
honestly.
will call them.
Okay,
And if we could take that busted up library sign down.
Yep, we are gonna do that, I'm gonna have that as part of the tree removal.
yeah, exactly. Take that down and clean it up and.
And a little constructive criticism or suggestion, not criticism. That sign, when it's programmed for messaging, a lot of times I see it with the colored letters are basically the same color as the background, maybe with an outline around it, but it's very difficult to read, at least for
Okay.
these tired old
So-
eyes that,
Contrast.
I don't know,
Right.
just, they must have some sort of instruction booklet or something, I would think, guidelines.
Maybe the background color could be changed.
Because I notice it gets busy. I mean, it looks pretty when you have all these signs on it, but it's hard
Yeah,
to
I
read.
will say that one night I went by here at night, which I very seldom do, and it was hard, it was a little hard to read.
It is.
With the
really-
pictures behind it.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay,
it's hard to read.
Just suggestions.
okay.
Okay, so trees on the driveway, do we have trees on both sides of the driveway?
See, there
Yes.
are both, they took out an amount of them for
To get
the
in, sure.
the apron area, but there's still 5, 7, I think there's like 18 trees still left.
18?
Yeah, there's 10 or 11 on this side. So, and Jeff even suggested there's actually could be a little bit of money if we could, if he wanted, in
Right.
logs.
Right.
The 4 or 5 they took over here, not all of them were pine, maybe half of them. And they only took like 6 and they just brought in a chipper and chipped them.
Yeah.
So, yeah, so.
That's fine with me. Christmas bonus for staff.
So I've been asked if Christmas bonuses are gonna be handed out again this year.
I would say, yeah, we've done that historically.
What was done in previous years?
So last year, Katie got $650. I got $800. Of course, Cindy's not here,
But she was part-time.
and she was part-time, and I think she got $300. So, but I would like to include Juanita this year, which
I was gonna ask
we have
about that.
forgotten.
I was thinking too, maybe it would be appropriate, or at least a nice gesture, maybe have a Christmas party for, like the fire department, the voter people,
Ballot clerks
ballot
and stuff.
clerks and.
You know what we used to do is, when I would volunteer here, the teachers put on a luncheon for the volunteers. Of course, most of the time us volunteers made a dish if you came to a volunteer luncheon. But if you did, you know, just even potluck or luncheon, you know,
Or pizza party or something.
I was saying call Pizza Gourmet, get some really nice custom pizzas delivered and a whoopie pie cake. That's really good. But that's what Cindy's prerequisite to come to any party was to bring a whoopie pie cake. But I don't have a little appreciation lunch, you know, kind of thing. If you guys want to do that, I don't know what everybody's schedules are or something. Christmas bonuses. I kind of feel like those numbers are in line. Did you have a suggestion?
No, I would like to, you know, like Rebecca, I would like to do the 300 for her, she just started.
Yeah, that's
And
appropriate.
maybe that for Juanita.
Yeah, that's fine. I think Juanita does a good job. Thoughts, anybody? Same numbers for
Yeah.
Katie and Cindy? Okay.
So we'll stay with these.
And no fuel oil.
Hand out gas cards. Diesel is $6 a gallon.
So I have a couple other things that I thought
Okay.
of.
We've gone by gender adjustments.
So groundbreaking, December 1st.
You know a time.
I don't, that's what I need to ask you. What you guys' schedule is looking like.
December 1.
Yes.
I have an appointment in the morning.
I have an
don't want to get
appointment.
down there first thing in the morning.
I have an appointment.
It's warmer in the afternoon.
I have an appointment at 10:30 on that day.
How about early afternoon or
Like 1 o'clock?
mid-afternoon?
Yeah, 1 or 2.
Is that okay?
Yeah.
1 o'clock?
So I'm gonna add it in.
They've got the shovels and the hats, and I think what we'll do is use it as a photo op instead of advertising and, you know.
Are the firemen gonna be there? too?
Yes, I will let Brent know.
It'd be nice to have Brent in his,
Yeah, I'd like to.
Yeah, in their gear.
I haven't seen him, but
his
I will.
nice white shirt.
Yeah, I was gonna
I
say,
will.
they get some nice,
They have some nice shirts.
yeah.
1 p.m.,
Wasn't
right?
Official.
The other thing is I wanted to make you aware, tomorrow is our last day before Thanksgiving. So 2 things, we'll have payroll done tomorrow, and the signatures. I'm hoping to have the majority of it done today. But
If you get it done today, text me or something, because I have a bunch of stuff to do in town.
Yeah.
I'm coming back through about
Okay.
1:30-ish.
The other thing is the girls had asked me if, and it's kind of late, but closing early tomorrow.
Tomorrow's Wednesday.
And we had a couple of residents ask if we were going to be open all day. I never really thought.
We
You
almost
guys,
close early Friday. Geez, is it asking too much to?
how early is early?
3 o'clock?
Oh,
That's workable.
yeah.
I think that's okay.
We have to do it, we can't do any earlier than 3 because John Ford's coming to register a truck. He asked.
You better tell him.
Before 3,
Yeah, you better tell him.
so you're
Remind
all
him.
right with 3 PM and we'll put out messages.
Yes,
Put
message,
it on the
message,
board.
message, put it on the board,
Yeah.
everything.
Yep.
Anything else, Brian?
No, I think that's it.
Me?
Yeah, anything else?
I was
Anything else?
hoping to have designs today, but they're not done yet.
Designs,
For the plot plan.
Oh, okay.
And I talked to Jeff, somehow there's a rumor going around that the building, I was told this morning, is due here in December, which is not true.
no.
It's a rumor.
You don't get a steel building in 2 months. You
Yeah.
just don't.
Yeah. So, I just talked to Lisa, there's nothing come through yet. Last I talked to Jeff, when they ordered the building, the expected delivery date was February.
Right?
But, you know, Jeff said March,
Yeah,
you know,
I would agree with that.
so we're talking, you know. But everything's on schedule. They're down there working every day.
That's right. Got the site all gravelled in, they'll be just fine.
Can you imagine, they have been, the live bottom trucks, the big ones, those, they've had 2 of those and 2 dump trucks hauling for 3 days. Can you imagine if they'd have gone to the road with another driveway?
No. That's what I,
That's way more build, because that would turn the building, made that.
the building is gonna set lengthwise, correct?
Coming towards the driveway.
Yeah, that's good, so they can just pull right out and
As you
into the
notice,
driveway.
the fill up this side is hardly anything.
Yeah, exactly.
Just what they scraped off.
It doesn't look
But
like
the
that
other
much of a
side,
slope, but it is.
it's-
It's quite a slope.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
that's fine.
And, hopefully I will have paperwork on the 12th.
Okay, all right, so everybody's all set?
Well, one more thing,
Okay.
quickly.
Sure.
I noticed in the communications, the email communications library is still the Newburgh Community Library.
Yeah,
Are we gonna change the name?
we are just, as soon as I get the plaque, hopefully by the 12th, then you guys can make it official.
Nice.
We will change it.
Anything else?
No.
Okay, I make a motion, it is 9:24 a.m., I make a motion to adjourn.
Second?
Second, all in favor, 3-0, we are adjourned.